That's
just stop there for a sec. Let me just go back to the notion of the betrayal.
okay.
So, so when a woman steps out, it's considered a betrayal. When a man steps out, it's considered cheating. Do you understand the difference between the two?
I think you're splitting hairs a little bit here. I'm not too sure I understand the difference.
Well, there is a difference because when women cheat, they form a emotional connection to the guy, right? It's not very common for women to just be in a happy marriage. They're with their hypergamous best option. They look up to a giant every morning. Got great kids. He provides for everything. She's not, wanting for money. The Range Rover lease is looked after. It's not often that a woman finds herself in that sort of situation. She's like, oh, I'm just going to go get some strange, right? It's usually things aren't going well, and she's looking for an option to get out. There's an emotional connection that's formed with the option to get out. And before she lets go of this guy, she needs to hang on to the new guy before she lets go of this dude over here. So that's where the emotional betrayal part comes in. Right. But for guys, the things that women don't understand is that you emotionally betray when you cheat, but men don't generally do that. They can go out and bang a bimbo and forget all about it.
But we can't. The woman can't.
Correct. And that's why I use that lens to judge the way the man does it. You see what I'm saying?
I think you're creating an artificial double standard.
Agreed.
An artificial double
standard? There's no such thing as a double standard unless both parties are the exact
same. Are men and women exactly the same?
In sexual relationships, I think there's an equal expectation on both ends at the very least.
There's certainly expectations, but we're not the same by any stretch of the imagination.
So are we justifying cheating on men's end then? Is that what we're doing?
Say that again?
Are we justifying cheating on men's end? I mean, because realistically, if I think the problem is that the kind
I'm not justifying it, but what I'm saying here, as a result of the survey, it indicated very, very low on the participants that took the survey. They were more interested in, does he make money? Does he have sex appeal? Is he good looking? Is he masculine? Is he physically attractive? Can he make it rain? Does he have a desire to provide for a home and children?
But that doesn't mean that you don't want a loyal man. If I want a provider and I want him to take care of the bills, that doesn't mean I'm okay with him stepping out and having sex with as many women as possible. That's ridiculous.
No, but you want him to have that option. You just don't want him to exercise it, right?
No, but I mean, are we arguing if I'm with
like you don't want a guy that no other woman wants?
Okay, but if I'm with a man, the presumption is that he's going to be an attractive man to begin with. If I'm attracted to him, that also means that other women are going to be attracted to him as well, which make him a highly desirable man. I understand that. But if he steps out on the relationship just because he wants to exercise those options, well, that's completely ridiculous because especially me as a woman, I'm sorry to say, but I could completely mog every single man's options like to the nth degree. If I wanted to
what does mog mean?
In what way?
Well, in the sense that
she's
women,
better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
How
in
so?
the sense that women have 1,000 times more options than any man could possibly even.
This is true. This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 10,000 times the amount of options that any man will. If I wanted to,
we already just talked about you don't have 10,000 options that you want.
That's a completely oh no! Hold on.
He got you with that one, Cindy. He got you with that one because yes, you do have options, but you don't want to exercise many of those options because they're not that attractive to you.
Even if we were to say cut the 80% of the options out and still maintain that 20% of options, that's still a lot of freaking men. That is a lot of men. I think you guys are again underestimating the amount of numbers. I can go onto any dating app right now and show you exactly the number of guys that have trying to.
Sure.
That's fine, but what are you saying? Like, so you're.
Point is that
getting to the crux of your argument. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the crux of your argument. It sounds like you're saying, why would a guy step out on you? Like a guy wouldn't dare step out on you because you're that bitch, basically.
And
is that what we're saying?
I'm saying that there's a double standard, that in the sense that if a man says I have the right to step out in a relationship because I have options, well then by that logic, then I should be able to step out as well.
Let's get away from moral relativism.
We're going to the what's goose for the good for the goose is good for the gander, huh?
The right to or justification or I should be allowed. We're just trying to simply illustrate the fact that it's different when a man does it versus when a woman does it. This is what gets we get caught up well, of course you don't. Yeah. But this is where we get caught up with all the time because you want to apply what you think your standards are to a man and a fundamentally different being, a fundamentally different brain who thinks about sex and relations with women fundamentally different the way you think about sex and relations with men. So you want to apply your standards to a man. You want to apply the female standard to a man. That's what we're getting at.
I don't think it's a female standard. I think it's just a general human standard altogether. I think
How so?
I think loyalty is the basis of is the backbone of any relationship, right? If I'm
based on what?
But a man can be loyal in their relationship and still have some exercise and not even care about it, believe it or not.
Exercise in what sense? Like as in sex, like having sex with another
Sure.
woman?
Yeah.
Correct.
And not even care about it. But women don't have that capacity generally.
I don't think so. I think there are plenty of loose women, to put it politely, that would definitely poke a hole in that argument, to say the least. I've met plenty of women who've been able to step out and have fun with guys and not have even a second thought about it. You can easily take a look at any college girl in her 4 years at university and see that that's obviously not the case. Girls are sleeping around left and right. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, like, your argument doesn't stand up to scrutiny in the least.
It doesn't stand up to scrutiny. Okay,
I
sorry.
think it's important.
Go ahead, Maura. Go ahead.
Right. And I think it's important. I see what you're saying, that when men do, or when they cheat, it's different because they're not emotionally connected. That may be true. However, at the end of the day, it's less of what is or how it's being perceived by the person doing the action, and more how it's being perceived by the person receiving the negative consequence of that action. So yes, it may not mean anything to the man who's stepping out, but I assure you it means everything to the woman that's left behind, who has been stepped out on.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.